are sewing this morning with Darlene Cahill, and we thank you for joining us. We're going to move on now to another machine. A lot of you are still on the phone for the heavy-duty machine that we started off with. This one's a little bit different. This is a customer pick on HSN.com. This is one of those top-of-the-line machines that when you see a price like what we have at $649.95, you can see the manufacturer suggested retail price is over $1,000 for exactly the same thing that you're going to get. The fact that you're getting a huge accessory package. I don't want you to miss out on this because this can do so much in terms of your north, south, east, west mirror stitching. You've got an automatic thread cutter that's in here. You've got elongated stitching. There's so much to tell you about. But Darlene and I were talking about this machine earlier, and the first thing she said was the accessory package is huge. Now, some of the things, and we're going to kind of just jump in and start off there so that you can see this is some of what you're getting in this configuration.
Yes. Now, if you purchase this machine anywhere else, you won't get all of these feet, that's for sure. You're getting the general purpose foot, zippers and piping, button attachment. Then you have the satin stitch foot for all of those 600 patterns of decorative stitches, by the way.
Wow.
5 built-in alphabets. We'll get into all that in just a moment, so please stay with us. We have an open toe foot for your applique work, a straight stitch quilting foot.
Quilting, like Deborah called in about quilting?
Yes.
Yes.
That's the foot, and she has this machine.
Oh, okay,
so
good.
she will be using that foot for her quilt. Then you have the cording foot, where 3-dimensional wearable art embellishments, because you can put different decorative cords, 3 of them through this foot. A narrow hemming foot for those teeny tiny designer hemlines. Then you have your overcasting foot, and you can use several different stitches for that. Blind hem, darning, embroidery, free motion, and thread painting foot. You have a foot called a walking foot. It's good for even feed. This is something Deborah will also use for her quilting to do the put all the layers together. Then you have this exclusive buttonhole with the underplate. It's a buttonhole foot, and look at 15 different auto-size one-step buttonholes, including a bound buttonhole, stretch stitches, keyhole, darning, everything you can imagine in buttonhole land. You've got it with this machine. It's unbelievable. Then we're adding a seam guide, which we've never put on any machine before in the Singer lineup. And then we introduced 5 brand new, never-before-seen feet until this past August. So this is still among the very newest, latest, and greatest from Singer. A single welt cord foot, a fancy trim. So literally you can sew on your sequins and your 1/4-inch ribbons. Now a braiding foot with a gimp guide. So you're literally hands-free as it holds your cording in place while you sew. Then you have a clear stitch in the ditch. Super duper, so the quilters will know, Deborah will know what that means. And then the adjustable bias binding foot. So now, again, hands-free, you don't have to feel like you need to be an octopus to put the bias binding on the edge of your outfit. So all of these feet together, it's hundreds of dollars in just feet alone. And you don't have to track them down. You don't have to worry about if they're going to fit the machine or not. Everything was custom developed and designed for this top of the line. This is for the discerning sewer. This is for the woman who always wants the very best, who can invest in something that she knows it's gonna be a forever machine. Some people start with a beginning machine, they use it for a year or two, and then they trade up. And they use that for a while, and they trade up again. And they end up with all of these sewing machines. If you want to just pool all of your resources into one super fantastic, amazing machine, this is the one to get. I invite you to check the reviews on this. It has all the bells and whistles you would ever want or dream of. For example, I'm using the seam guide right now. So if you're a beginner sewer, please don't be intimidated by the fact that there are 600 stitch patterns. That just means that the design capability is there when you are ready for it. But it's nice to know if you've never been able to sew a straight line, now with the seam guide that's adjustable, you can. And once you gain confidence, you can speed up the sewing because this has speed control and the needle down position, which is also fantastic. It also has a push button reverse. I'll show you what that looks like. Push button reverse right there. And now let me show you another great feature. It's called an automatic thread cutter. Voila! Did you see that? I was able to push a button on the screen. It cuts the thread. I moved my project out of the way. Don't have to grab for my scissors. Don't have to pull it back and try to cut it on the side. Then you got little threads. Threads all over your sewing room floor. Extra, that's wasted thread. That's wasted money. So you're going to save time, and you'll save money with threads, and over a long period, that does add up.
It does add up.
But I like the convenience of just being able to trim it without having to reach for those scissors every time. So now you have the seam guide. You'll also be receiving this extension table, and it folds flat. And I love the style of this one. There's extra stability because the rails are on the front and behind, and they close down so it stores flat, plays big when you need it. Top-loading drop-in bobbin. I'm going to remove now this seam guide because unless you're actually using it, I find that it gets in my way, so I'm going to move that aside for now. You have all the etched-in markings on your needle plate as well as that seam guide, so if you're just starting out, you'll be able to see exactly where you're going. And one of the things I wanted to show you is the 5 built-in alphabets, and I previously stitched them out because we don't have time while we're on air. And let me share with you the different alphabets. You have block, outline lettering, italicized, script.
Wow.
And they threw in Russian.
What?
Threw in a Russian alphabet. Literally, you'll be able to stitch in different languages. It's amazing. Now, we also have single image locking stitch and stitch elongation. This is one stitch, one out of the over 600 patterns. And what I did was I just stitched it around in a circle. And because of the single image locking, I was able to make my own flower. This was stitch elongation. This is stitched once, and then I elongated it twice. This is the same stitch. And then I mirror imaged that exact pattern and then put another pattern in between. So you see how you can start building your own custom designs. And with all of the various icons that are included in our stitch package, as well as the stitch elongation, you can start to imagine the versatility and the possibilities that are built into this sewing machine. This is wonderful.
It is, and the thing is, I know that you're looking at this and you're saying, well, I get that fantastic sewing machine with all of the capability, plus that huge accessory package. You could and would pay so much more, and when I say more, I don't mean like $50, $60 more. You would pay hundreds of dollars more if you were to go out and try to piece this all together for yourself. But you don't have to do that. We've got it for you. Not only that, we've got free shipping and handling. Not only that, we've got flex pay. And just like Darlene was saying in the beginning, if you are a discerning sewer, you're ready to take your projects up to the next level. And the thing is, you put a lot of time, a lot of energy, and a lot of effort, a lot of love into the projects that you do. Why not give them and give yourself the very best? And that's what we're talking about with this machine. This is a machine that actually helps your projects get better because it allows you to be creative with the press of a button.
I mean, it does. And when you see the variety, when you look at this menu, your mouth will start watering because you won't know what to order.
Right.
You're not going to know which stitch to do first.
What should I do first?
You have an entire array of buttonholes to choose from. That's just starters, and all of the decorative stitches as well. Let's just pick that one, for example. Then you see this alters the stitch width, so you can make it wider or more narrow depending on which stitch it is, and the stitch length, but I leave the buttonholes alone. The engineers at the factory, they knew what they were doing when they designed these buttonholes, so we'll just go ahead and stitch that out so you can see how simple it is to fashion your own auto-sized, one-step buttonholes. Let me get that extra little thread. Clip that out of the way. Okay. Yeah. And you'll see one step, pedal to the metal, does it all.
You're just pressing the pedal, and that's it. The machine is doing the rest of it.
And my foot is still all the way down on the pedal, but the machine stops. It stops with the needle in. It's done. It beeped me that, okay, that's it. I go, okay, well, let's push that little thread cutter. Oh, I love that. It cuts the thread. And out comes my buttonhole. It's perfect. They're always perfect.
Every time.
Because it's a Singer, and it has the exclusive buttonhole with the underplate.
Whether you're stitching one buttonhole or 100 buttonholes, they're always going to be perfect every time.
Consistent,
because that's the whole point, and you want consistency. And I know that you're looking at this, and you're saying, oh, I really want that, but. You know what? Don't think about that. If this is what you want, and if you really feel like you deserve it, because, again, you put a lot of effort into your projects, do it. I know that you might be thinking, well, maybe somebody will get this for me for Christmas. What I would suggest is you have your family members. If you've got family and friends, they're trying to decide what to get for you. Just let them know this is what you want. They can all go in and get it for you. But I want you to know that our quantity is limited. We don't have tens of thousands of these because with a price like this, we couldn't bring in tens of thousands of them. You would pay over $1,000 more for what you're getting. And you see Darlene with the press of a button with, 1 foot on the pedal. The machine actually helps you to sew better. Now, it is the top of the line. If you want it, we've got 5 Flex. We've made it as easy as possible. We've given you free shipping and handling. Get it home and try it out. And try those home deck projects, those design projects. And look, you're even kind of repairing you know, a favorite blanket maybe that you've got
I'm
at home.
making a blanket.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you can
Look,
repair.
you're putting like a heart. Are those hearts and
Hearts
butterflies?
and butterflies.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, it's nice to use those decorative icons and put your own personal touch on things, put your own signature on the gifts that you make.
Yeah.
This is for a special little girl in my life, and it's just a little foot pocket blankie. But rather than finishing the edge on the serger, I think the gals like the satin edging. This comes pre-folded, pre-pressed. You just sandwich it along the edge and then add your own decorative stitch flair to it. And then before you know it, well, let's go ahead and cut that thread. Lift it out. Wait till you see the results. There they are. Look
at that.
How cute.
Can you see the butterflies and the hearts?
Butterflies and hearts.
Oh.
What are you going to put on your border? Maybe you'll put someone's name because there are 5 alphabets built into the machine. Maybe you'll put a little saying, I love you, happy birthday, Merry Christmas, whatever the holiday is.
Right.
You can customize things now because this is a computer and it has the 5 alphabets. They'll stitch up to 7 millimeters, so your cuffs, your pockets on those dress shirts, you can do that on this machine with the block lettering.
And that's cool. That's good to note because usually you have to send your clothes out for things like that.
Yes.
But with this, you can actually do it at home, and you can do your monogram, and you can do, because you've got the alphabet there. What do you have there? Oh my gosh,
I just want you to, I want to show you what these are.
Look at that.
Well, it's quite a bit, so I'll just scroll it.
Okay.
All of your most popular, decorative, functional,
oh my gosh,
applique, cross-stitch,
Darlene,
utilitarian, as well as waves, flowers, leaves, hearts, icons, satin stitches,
it goes
heirloom,
and goes.
all the icons.
There are the buttonholes.
Look at these buttonholes.
Look at
I mean,
that.
this is, to me, this is amazing that it does this many style buttonholes. And then here's all your alphabet, all the block, and then the script. I mean, I could go on and on. I won't spend too much time showing you
But look at
all
that.
of those.
Look, that quickly, that easily, and you saw just some of the things that you're going to get. I just wanted to remind you, you're getting the sewing machine, you get the table that you were using, you get all of the accessories that we've got behind us, including the newest from Singer that they brought out in August. All of that is included, and you're not piecemealing. And just like you were saying, you start off sewing, you get more and more into it, you step up to another machine, and then you step up to another machine. Instead of spending all of that money replacing the now defunct machines that you have been using, why not just get the top of the line from the beginning? Or if you're saying, you know what, I want to make my hobby, I want to get back into my hobby, now I've got more time, now I've got more energy, now I've got more know-how, this is the machine that helps you do it.
Well, and like our last caller, who's now finds herself in a different situation, retired, and wanting to get back to those roots, wanting to get back to that quilting and that sense of satisfaction and that feeling of accomplishment that comes when you've done a good job with your hands.
Oh, yes.
And it doesn't have any calories.
No, it doesn't.
And it's not going to be gobbled up in 10 minutes, or it's not going to get, you know, rotten or wilt or anything like that.
And
it's always going to be there for you.
It's your own creativity. It's something that you made with your own hands that nobody else in the world is going to have.
And this is the blind hem that you just saw me do. That's the inside. And then on the outside, I mean, it's invisible. You can barely see where the little picks were, because that's why they call it a blind hem.
Yeah.
It's an invisible hemline, and that's what the blind hem foot, one of the 20 bonus presser feet that you receive with the project with this machine. But I want to take you on a little journey right now with our table and show you some of the things that hopefully inspire you to start staying a step ahead of the fashion game, saving money on your wardrobe dollars, and making your own clothes or altering your own clothes. For example, you might already have a top that you love, but you just want to add a flower embellishment on the shoulder. Or you might have that perfect little black dress for the holidays, but you want to add some sequins and just to jazz it up a little bit this year and give it a little bit of bling. You can do that with this machine, or maybe throw a little purse in there. On this particular cocktail dress, we did reverse bobbin stitching and used candle light thread. On this particular outfit, we used the cording foot and the gimp cord, and we added on the trim, on the purse. We customized. You can even put your initials on your little key fob.
Yeah.
Where is it? I'm going backwards
Right
here.
there.
Right there. And then you see your rolled hem. All the different functionality. There's multiple functionality that goes into every single outfit. Whether you make it or whether you purchase it at a store, why pay somebody else to do all of those extras that you love, but maybe, you know, it's a little bit pricey? You can do it yourself. You can make your own one-of-a-kind wearable art jackets by making your own plaid with the decorative stitch patterns that come with this machine. There's over 600 of them.
Darling, what a great idea.
And then mimic the boucle fabric,
Yeah.
but in a new and exciting and different kind of way.
What a great idea. Are you getting ideas when you see some of these projects? I hope you are. I hope you're thinking, oh, I can do that. You can. It's an easy machine. I don't want you to be afraid of it. Okay, that's the sequence.
This is great right here. Because now what I've done is, you know those 5 extra bonus feet that you're getting that you won't get anywhere else?
Yeah.
Well, I snapped, actually, I screwed on the shank, snapped on the foot, and now I'm using what is the sequin application foot and sewing on some sequins.
Look at that. And you can see the sequence going right down.
The sequence going through there.
Easier than ever.
And 3 extra strong LED lights, a light on the left, a light on the right, and a light inside the neck. This is loaded. I want to invite you to give it a test drive.
Definitely.
I can't do it justice in just 15 minutes out here. But you need to try it yourself. And how long do they have to try it out?
And you can play along with this one. And the thing is, you still have until January 31st of 2011.
Good.
So use it, enjoy it. Give us a call and get yours. And it's 951-581. Okay, go ahead and order. You've got 5 flex, and you also have free shipping and handling. Now, I also want you to know, because you might be just tuning in and you're saying, oh, I wonder what else or what I missed so far while you were sleeping. Well, we've got our 15 last items aired right there at the bottom, and we also have it on hsn.com. So if you ever miss anything on HSN, or maybe you're watching it and you want your best friend to turn on the TV and check it out, and by the time she gets to her remote, it's gone, check out hsn.com. Last 15 items aired. They're always there. You can even click and buy them.